It started as an ordinary Monday morning at the office. The team was busy catching up on emails, grabbing coffee, and trying to shake off the weekend blues. But tension had been building for weeks between Eric, one of our most experienced team members, and Laura, our manager. Everyone had noticed it: small disagreements during meetings, frustrated exchanges over deadlines. Today, it all boiled over. The argument started over something trivial: a missed report deadline, but within minutes, it escalated into something much bigger. "You think you're untouchable, Eric?" Laura's voice was sharp, cutting through the low hum of office chatter. "I've had enough of your attitude. If you can't follow basic instructions, maybe you don't belong here." Eric, normally calm and collected, didn't back down. "I've been here for 10 years, Laura. 10 years of hard work and loyalty. And now you're trying to make me look incompetent because of one mistake?" The office went silent. Everyone pretended to keep working, but it was impossible not to listen. The tension was thick, the kind that makes you hold your breath. "I don't care how long you've been here," Laura snapped. "You don't run this place. I do. If you can't respect that, maybe it's time for you to leave." Eric stared at her, his jaw tight. "Maybe you're right," he said, his voice low but steady. "Maybe it is time for me to leave." And just like that, Laura said the words that shocked us all. "Fine. You're fired." Eric didn't argue. He simply nodded, his face calm but his eyes stormy. He packed up his desk quietly, while the rest of us sat frozen, unsure of what to do or say. Should we offer support? Stay silent? No one wanted to draw Laura's wrath. As Eric walked toward the door, he paused and turned to look at all of us. "Take care, everyone," he said, with a faint smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. "It's been a pleasure working with you." And then he was gone. The office felt colder after that. Laura acted as if nothing had happened, strutting around like she'd won some kind of victory. But the truth was, her outburst left a bad taste in everyone's mouth. Eric had always been the guy who stayed late to help, who mentored new employees, who genuinely cared about the company. Losing him didn't feel right, no matter what Laura said. The following Friday, an email went out to the entire staff. It was from the board of directors announcing a mandatory company-wide meeting at noon. The subject line read, "Important Leadership Update." Whispers spread like wildfire. Some thought Laura was getting promoted. Others feared layoffs were coming. No one knew for sure. By the time noon rolled around, the entire office was buzzing with speculation. Laura walked into the conference room looking smug, as if she already knew what the meeting was about. She stood near the front, her arms crossed, radiating confidence. The board members entered next, followed by a figure we didn't expect to see: Eric. He was wearing a sharp navy suit, a far cry from his usual button-downs and khakis. He looked different, more composed, more powerful. And the expression on his face? Pure determination. Laura's smile faltered when she saw him. "What's he doing here?" she asked, her voice tinged with annoyance. One of the board members, Mr. Preston, stepped forward. "Laura, I'd advise you to take a seat. This meeting concerns everyone." The room was dead silent as Mr. Preston began to speak. "As many of you know, our company has been privately owned by a single individual since its inception. That individual recently decided to sell their shares and retire. We're here today to introduce the new owner." He paused, looking around the room. "That new owner is Eric." Gasps echoed around the room. Laura's face turned pale, her confident demeanor crumbling. "This has to be some kind of joke," she stammered. He's just an employee." Eric stepped forward, his voice calm but firm. "Not anymore," he said. "I've spent over a decade at this company, working my way up, learning every aspect of the business. When the opportunity came to buy it, I couldn't pass it up." Laura's mouth opened and closed, but no words came out. "I didn't plan for things to happen this way," Eric continued, looking directly at her. "But maybe it's for the best. Your leadership style, Laura, leaves a lot to be desired. Firing me wasn't just unfair. It was unprofessional. And as the new owner, I can't have someone like that running this company. Laura's face flushed. You can't just fire me, she said, her voice rising. I've given everything to this company. And so have I, Eric replied, his voice steady. But unlike you, I've earned the respect of the people here. That's the difference. Laura was escorted out that same day. It was surreal to watch her pack up her things, the same way Eric had just days before. But this time, no one felt sorry for her. Her arrogance had finally caught up with her. Eric wasted no time in addressing the team. He called us all into the conference room that afternoon and spoke from the heart. I know this week has been a whirlwind, he said. But I want you all to know that I'm committed to making this company a place where everyone feels valued. No more fear, no more favoritism, just hard work, respect, and fairness. There was a round of applause, and for the first time in days, the office felt lighter. Eric wasn't just the new owner, he was the leader we had all been waiting for. As I watched him stand at the front of the room, I couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. He had gone from being fired to owning the company in less than a week. And in doing so, he had taught us all a lesson about resilience, dignity, and the power of standing up for yourself. Sometimes, life has a funny way of working out.